Well, it's bloody gorgeous out there, isn't it? Have a look at it. It's even the brightness that's shining through the window here in Sydney this afternoon. It's 12:30. It's Friday, which means that People to People is live on YouTube and Facebook to talk about the jobs market out there in Australia today. So I'm a bit fazed by this weather. It's just a glorious day out there. Actually, I've got a picture that Jade and you might be able to pop up on the screen there for us. And this was taken this morning. Look at the sky. This is at Macquarie Lighthouse for those of you who are not based in Sydney, which is on the sort of the east, in the eastern suburbs, just north of Bondi, near Vaucluse. But I saw this on Twitter this morning. I thought, yeah, that sort of sums it up as to the sort of day that we've got happening. So we're not here, though, to talk about the weather, although I seem to do it every Friday. What we're going to do, though, is today we're actually going to talk through, we're actually going to give my market update a miss. We're going to move quickly into numbers and only spend a few minutes there because we've got 4 consultants from throughout People to People with opportunities that they'd like to talk to you about today. We've got Raquel Anderson from the New South Wales government team here in Sydney. She's got some opportunities. James Moore from the legal team. He's got some opportunities. Cath Kennedy from Western Sydney and Parramatta has got a couple of opportunities to talk about. And Jade Evans from our Sydney business support team as well. So we've got a whole bunch of people to talk to today. So we're going to try and get through my first bit very quickly. So if you've got any comments, of course, pop them in the comments down below in Facebook or in YouTube. We get to see them. We can come back to you straight away. If you've got any questions at all during the broadcast, please let us know. So let's get into it now, and let's move quickly to our numbers section. And today, I've only got a couple of slides to share with you. And I've got quite a positive outlook. Maybe it's because of the weather that's out there today. But I thought I'll also show or share with you some positive statistics. The first one I'd like to show you is from a company called Idaboo. And what Idaboo do is they actually partner with recruitment agencies and enable agencies to post their job ads to multiple job boards all in one go. So we're a customer of Idaboo, and they shared this on Twitter the other day, and I thought this was very interesting. Basically, what it shows you is from June through to October in terms of the job ads for each week and the change in the job ads. And we're now at, I think it is 88% of pre-COVID levels in terms of the number of job ads. This is not Australian-specific information. The Idaboo is an international organisation. I think they're based, I know our contact is based in Malaysia, but they're originally out of Europe, I understand. So it is an international perspective, but it really does give you that trend line, which I wanted to show. You know, more Australian-specific numbers, then we also have the SEEK details. And you would have seen this before that I've showed in terms of the market trends in Australia for different categories. And this is a month on, normally I'd show a year-on-year comparison. This is a month-on-month comparison. Blue is good, it's positive, and it's increasing. Red is negative. What's the red ones? Insurance and superannuation, second from the bottom. And the really bottom one is real estate and property. Every other category on SEEK has had a month-on-month change. The top ones, trades and services, hospitality and tourism, that's amazing, up 11%, 19% I should say, but from a really, really low base last month. Manufacturing, logistics, retail, education, sales are the top 5. But that's just a good news story. And it also reflects the fact that we're going to be talking to a bunch of our consultants here today. So let's not dilly-dally. Let's get into it and have a quick chat now to Raquel Anderson from the New South Wales government team.
Hi.
Oh, wait, I just can't hear myself here, Raquel. Just give me a second. There we go. Hello.
Hi, Mark.
How are you? Great to see you. And I think we said it's the first time we've seen you on Facebook Live. So
Yes,
it's fabulous.
it is.
Fabulous to have you on today. So I understand that you have a a bit of an overview of what's happening in your market at the moment, and have got an opportunity you'd like to speak to us about within New South Wales government as well.
Yeah, so look, just a quick overview, I guess, across the government kind of space in terms of the market. Look, it has started to pick up slightly. There has been some drawbacks, unfortunately, obviously, from some clients who still have budget spends that have been kind of strapped. So that's something that we're kind of experiencing at the moment. Some good news is across transport. So I know that they're working on some infrastructure projects at the moment, which, having conversations with them this week, it should be kind of looking at things picking up over the next couple of months. So slow, but, kind of leading across that space. And I know government is kind of one of those areas where that spend is going to be happening. They're trying to put that back into the economy. So fingers crossed that things will definitely pick up on that area.
Yeah, that is good news. And there's been a lot of talk with the budget this week. I know that's federal versus state, but infrastructure and government are really going to have to take the reins and hopefully create some activity out there in the general market. So, and you've got a specific opportunity you want to talk about as well.
Yeah, so I have a great new project across the government space. So I'm actually looking for an audit officer. So the role will initially be a 3-month contract. So they may potentially extend it, but it's initially for 3 months in the heart of the CBD. So great location for anyone, very close to the city or who's got a car that's willing to sort of drive 30 minutes. So this will be an opportunity that will require the person to undertake audit verification. So you'll lead the audits, risk assessment experience is going to be necessary for the role as well. And just someone who can also coach staff and coach them through the audit process as well is kind of what the experience will be needed for that too. In terms of salary, it will be an hourly rate. So they're looking at about 57 an hour plus super. They are negotiable on it, depending obviously on experience, but I'd probably say, look, minimum of 5 years experience across audit is what they're looking for, open to both external and internal audit experience as well. So
that's assuming that they are like qualified accountants then at that level. Yeah. Okay, great. And I think I missed there. How long is the contract for?
Initially 3 months. So they have got that budget spend for the 3 months, but they're looking at it being a 6-month project. But of course, they can only kind of give that time frame for the moment. So anyone who's open to 3 to 6 months, that's kind of immediately available would be ideal.
Yeah, fabulous. I mean, look, one thing you'd want to be able, if you're immediately available right now, well, the first thing you'd like to do is get yourself through that Christmas period. So sounds like a fabulous opportunity. So if somebody wanted to talk to you about it, how do they get in touch with you?
So you can directly follow the link that I've got advertised on our website, or you can email me across on my email address, which is raquel@people2people.com.au, or of course you can call me directly as well on my landline.
Okay, and I think the landline is right there on the screen. Now, we've just got, how do I apply for that job? We've just got a message there. So people could search on, I think the link actually is right there in the comments, yeah?
Yeah, the link is in the comments, but of course as well, you can go onto our main People2People website as well, search under job postings and my listings there as well. So you can apply directly through that too.
And another comment, where's the role based? I think you said it's CBD, is that right?
CBD, yeah, Sydney CBD.
Do you reckon they would be, do you have to work in the office with this particular role? Or would they be
well, that's a good question, actually. Yeah, so I should have covered that. So they will be working from home initially. They're not actually viewing it going back into the office until probably early next year. So they do need someone who's got the ability, who's happy to work from home. When you do start the project, though, you will initially go into the office just to do some training. So you'll be required to travel to the city, but it will be from home full time.
Fantastic. Well, great to talk to you, Raquel, and to on Facebook today. So let's move on now, though. We've got a lot of people to talk about. That's more about me than anything else. A lot of people to talk to. Let's talk to James Moore from our Sydney legal team, who I understand has got a couple of vacancies to talk to us about as well. G'day, James.
Hi, Mark. Good afternoon. How are you going?
Oh, not too bad. I'm a little bit COVID fat. That's the way I'm describing myself.
Join the club. It's been exactly like that for myself over the past few months as well. But I use the excuse that gyms were closed for a few months. So
yeah, I'll run with that as well. I think so. You've got a couple of jobs that you'd like to talk to us about.
Yeah, I've got a trio of jobs actually that I wanted to speak to you about. The first one is a part-time role with a national defendant insurance firm. It's 3 days a week. They are looking for someone to start ASAP, and there is the option to either work from home or work in the office. Some of the staff members are back in the office full time, others are working from home, and other teams are doing a mix as well. So there is options there for all three, whichever you prefer. The second one is based in Parramatta. It's for a plaintiff, so the other side of insurance, for a plaintiff workers' compensation role. They're looking for a mix of personal assistant, legal secretary, and paralegal. This one, on the flip side, would be in the office full time though. That's definitely what they need, just the way that the team structure is set up. And lastly, a conveyancing paralegal role for a national law firm based in Canberra. So look, very different in terms of location. The one thing that all three of these have in common is they are interviewing immediately. So if it is something of interest, let me know.
Yeah. Okay. And how would somebody get in touch with you?
So my direct line is 8270-9778, prefix 02, or the email below, james.moore@people2people.com.au.
Fabulous. Now I can see that we've got links to the Parramatta job and the part-time legal secretary that's up there. There's one missing there. So if somebody should just give you a call and talk to you about that, should they?
Yeah, definitely. They're all open, all active. So yeah, if you want to hear more or chat to me about any other roles that I'm working on as well, please feel free to reach out via landline or my email address. Okay,
fabulous. One last question for you though, in terms of salary for each of those, how flexible are the clients on that?
Yeah, sorry. One thing I probably should have mentioned in that little spiel, but look, they are paying quite generously for each of them. The part-time is obviously full-time equivalent up to 100 package that would be at 60%. The workers' compensation role in Parramatta is up to 85 package, and that is a full-time position. And the conveyancing paralegal in Canberra is a full-time position as well. And also on that note, it is in the office, and that is paying up to 90 as a package also.
Yeah, great. So there's some good salaries for those roles there. That sounds great. If I was in that market, I'll be calling you straight away, James. I'm sure. Yeah,
not just good salaries, but also unique positions and also different locations as well. So I mean, that's the reason I wanted to speak to everyone else about these ones as well. Was the market is picking up bit by bit, taking steps in the right direction, and as such, there are some different and unique roles out there for everyone.
Fabulous, fantastic. Thanks, James. I know I'm on a time constraint, so let's move on, and we'll now have a quick chat to Cath Kennedy from our Parramatta team and also New South Wales director. And Cath, you're a veteran.
I know what I'm doing now. I'm probably going to make some big mistake, I'm sure, but yes, I've been around the Facebook Live traps a little bit.
Excellent. So you've got a couple of jobs to talk to us about as well?
I do, yes, and they're both brand new, so within the last couple of days, which is, I'm encouraged by what I'm hearing today, that there just seems to be a little bit more momentum. We don't want to get overly excited, but there seems to be a bit more positivity. So there's a permanent position. There's also a contract role. So the permanent role is a branch manager position. So it's working with these are both global organisations actually. This one's a services-based organisation. So the branch manager is essentially a general management type position, managing multidiscipline teams. It's about 50 people in total, and the turnover of the branch is about 15 million. So just to give you a bit of a sort of size of the scale of it. What we're looking for is people who've come from some sort of operational general management background. They would have need to have been P&L responsible. Ideally, that would have been in some sort of B2C services type context. That would be the ideal background. There's a really good foundation in this branch. It's been really well managed over the last 3 or 4 years. So there's really an opportunity to, take something that's really good and make it great. So that will be about 140 as a package, a little bit of flexibility either side depending on the candidate. And then there's also a fairly generous and achievable bonus structure of 30% in addition to that. And you do get a company car as well. So that's the first.
Wow, that sounds great. And where is that one based again?
So it's close to Parramatta. So it's the sort of those western suburbs. It's not Parramatta CBD, but it's close to Parramatta. Probably easier to drive there than to get to by public transport, but you'll have a car and you'll have a car parking spot. So so that's the first permanent position that I literally took the call about that yesterday. So we're right at the beginning of the process, but motivated to move pretty quickly. So if people are interested, be very keen to talk to you about that. The other is a contract position. So this is so new that I don't actually even have it listed on our website yet. I'll get to that after this. But if people are interested, probably just drop me a line or send me an email. It's a project manager position working for a global consumer electronics business. So that organisation is going through a lot of change across a lot of different areas, and they're looking for a project manager specifically with transformation experience around contact centre and sales operations. Initially through till Christmas, there's I think a strong possibility it might go beyond that, but it will initially be a contract, and that we're looking at quite senior candidates, looking at about $1,000 a day as a contracted rate. So,
and an immediate start, is it now?
Yeah, pretty close to. There'd be probably a couple of days just to get logins and IT and things set up. That role would be. You could work from home a fair degree of the time. There's a lot of stakeholder engagement, so there'd be value at times in you'd be going into the office, and there's a couple of offices around Sydney that you might need to get to, sort of around the city fringe, and also a few locations in Western Sydney. The branch manager role, just the nature of the business is most people are in the office most of the time, so that would require someone to work in the office.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So there's a couple of really juicy jobs that are
these are nice senior positions, and I mean the project manager role is because of this business is investing. It's not that there's been a departure, it's that they're looking to invest and grow, and there's change programs underway. So very exciting to have both of those positions. But as I said, the project manager is so new, it's not advertised yet. So if people are interested, then my email's on screen, my number's on screen. You find me on all the social channels as well.
Yeah, fabulous, fantastic. Now, I've just been told that there is a little bit of problems in the back end. Jaden's internet has cut out, so we'll just blame the internet there. So I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to move on quickly through to have a quick chat to Jade from our Sydney team. So we'll which is a bit of a shame because I think Jade's and you are having a little bit of a competition. Okay, Jaden's back apparently, which is great. So, she is going to be able to get her number of appearances on Facebook Live back up again. So thanks, Cath.
Damn it! Yes, I'll just add that to the tally.
We'll talk to you again soon. Now let's quick chat to Jade from our Sydney team. G'day, Jade. Oh, now we can't hear you for some reason. Make sure you're unmuted yourself.
Okay, I was muted. Hi, how are you?
Problems all over the place. I'm very good. Like I was saying before, I'm a bit COVID fat. Like here, it's not. I'm not too happy with that, but I'm working on it, I suppose. So, but conscious of the time, so let's jump into your particular roles because you've got a few that you'd like to talk about as well.
Yeah, well, there's one particular role that I want to talk about that I'm expecting to be working on for one of our national accounts actually, and it's a company that I really enjoy working with. So the business is in the financial services sector. So they've won a number of awards for customer service, and they're a business that I've placed a few staff with over the past kind of year and a half, and the feedback that I've been given from those staff has always been really good, really positive, really good place to work. So I enjoy working with them. The role that I'm expecting to come up is a team leader position. So I'm looking to connect with team leaders that ideally come from a financial services or insurance background, and that have led and developed a team of phone-based sales consultants. So if you are passionate about coaching and developing, and have experience of motivating teams in creative ways, then I'd definitely like to hear from you.
Great, fantastic. And so what about the salary for that one then?
The salary, it is dependent on experience. We're looking at a bracket between 75 plus super to 100 plus super. So it's completely dependent on years of experience and the industry that you've come from. The role is based in Sydney CBD as well. Initially, or at the moment, people are working, there's a mixture of working from home and from the office. Training and induction, all that sort of stuff will be done in the office. So you're required to be there for the first 2 to 4 weeks, and then depending on kind of what happens, it may be a mixture of working from the office or working from home. So if you have experience as well with managing a remote workforce, that would definitely be beneficial.
Yeah, fabulous, fantastic. All right, well, I'm really surprised at the number. I'm so pleased to be able. I can see there's a comment here. It's great to see a focus on vacancies today, and it is good that we have so many vacancies to talk about, which is great. And if people do want to chat to you about more the detail of this particular role, how should they get in touch with you, Jade?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the moment, it's one that I'm expecting to work on. So I definitely recommend to give me a call to talk about it. My number should be on the screen, but it's 8270-9707. Or if you want to drop me an email, jade.evans@people2people.com.au. I'll be more than happy to have a chat.
Well, that's a relatively new one too, so that we don't have it up online.
It won't be advertised, no. So it's one that I'm expecting to work on in the next couple of weeks. So I just wanting to have conversations with people.
Right.
So it's not one that will be starting immediately. So we're probably looking at a start date, mid-November.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to get those conversations started now.
Yeah, fabulous, fantastic. Thanks, Jade. Great to see you again. Great to have you on live. So we're now to the end, and I'm conscious that I'm trying to keep these a lot shorter than I have been before. Just before we came online, I was asked to also another vacancy that I was asked to mention. This one was from our Adelaide team. It's a director of they call it Ed Tech, Product Management and Technology. So it's a senior technology position within a not-for-profit organisation based in Adelaide. They're flexible on the salary, so it's really more about the experience. Somebody who's been a leader in technology, and ideally somebody who's possibly been in an education or an ed tech or product management background. The person that you need to speak to is Peter Seaman, and she's based in our Adelaide office. I will make sure that we get the link to this particular opportunity popped in the comments there as well, because it is a fantastic opportunity, a senior position where they have an attractive salary package. They're open to talk to you about what you'd be willing to move for if you have that ed tech experience and product management. So look out for that one in the comments. It's been fabulous to be with you today and to talk about so many jobs. Because it's been such a positive conversation today, I thought it was always good to leave on a positive note. And there's a particular person that there's Peter's details now in the comments, 0883174801 if you're looking for that. But I wanted to leave you with a particular, because politics these days, the American election, there's elections going on in Australia, etc., can be a little bit overwhelming. But if you're going to follow somebody in politics, you've got to follow Larry the Cat, who is the cat in number 10. He's got his own Twitter account. We've got a picture of him here, which I think one of the German reporters built him a little, yes, there it is. They built him a little lectern. But he follows, he's always out front of number 10. It's always pictures every day. If you get a chance, have a look. Larry the Cat on Twitter. He'll make your day. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you again next Friday, 12:30, with another employment market update from People to People. Thanks again, everybody.